is that not only are you this guy that we've watched since we were kids, but that we've got a chance to we imagine what would it be like to be Mike Tyson? Like that was a thing that people would always ask.
Always
Could you
searching,
imagine
always
if you were
searching.
Mike Tyson?
It's always searching.
But you were living in a way that was so extraordinary that everyone could only imagine what it was like to be you. Do you know that? I mean, that's an extraordinary position in the greater spectrum of like what people are paying attention to. When you're the heavyweight champion of the world and you're 20 years old.
I was a young kid that lived big.
Crazy. Everybody I know was like, could you imagine what it's like to be Mike Tyson? Because no one could imagine it. That's how wild it is.
I used to thought I owned the world. I really believe my ego told me I owned the world because the world made me believe that. Listen, it's just like carte blanche. It's just Mongolia, a certain part of the world. You'd be surprised how lawless some of the world is. The man is God. He runs the country as God. If you do in some country, like you say, he felt my ass, he raped me, attacked me, the cops will bring you to that guy, and the cops will let him kill you in front of them. Man, very scary. Yeah, very apprehensive a little, but I just know what I'm doing. But it was apprehensive. It was pretty weird. It went faster than I thought it would go, you know? I was really nervous. On the fight, I'm always calm in the ring, but, I was actually nervous.
When it was over, did you have an immediate thought of like, I want to do this more? Or did you think like, why am I doing this?
No, this is interesting. The first day I was sparring, young guy, bow, bow, oh shit, bow. I never said once, what the fuck am I doing here? This is what it's about. So I just kept going to fight, but I was getting shellacked. I just kept going, boom, boom, trying to hit him, boom, boom. Never once I said, what the fuck are you doing? But I got shellacked.
Yeah.
I got the shit.
How long did you hit mitts before you started sparring again?
And they started kicking the shit out of me. I hit them with some shots and they didn't move and stuff, and I had to get back in perspective. I had to really run, train, and fight this other guy that kicked my ass. I said, yes, make sure I spar the same guy, because I'm not going to let him get away with kicking my ass. I'm going to do something. I'm going to headbutt him. I'm going to do something tomorrow. He's not going to kick my ass again.
I watched that fight live in my office because I didn't want anybody bothering me. I locked the door in my office. I'm like locked in watching it because I was like, I can't believe Mike Tyson is fighting Roy Jones Jr. I can't believe this is really
the whole
happening.
team.
My friends are going like, Mike, is your back around? See you moving, Mike. Are you sure you do? My friends watch me train. Then Mike, you playing? You're not gonna fight, are you? Then I can't believe you're doing this shit. You sure your back is all right? Cause I'm moving. You sure?
But then I saw that video, and after I saw that video, I was like,
Right, so
why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
I shit you
Check
not.
this out, right? But probably a note 2 or something like this. The tax lady was always calling me saying, Mike, Mr. Tyson, I'm sure you have something to do. I know you're going to fight again, so why don't you just have this fight and pay your bills and everything will be fine. This is the IRS people. I said, what? Are you serious? And she said, just fight. We know you're going to fight again. Just fight again and pay your bills and that'll be... And this is a lady from the IRS talking to me like this. I said, ma'am, I'm not going to fight again, right? And this lady died eventually, and I did fight. Isn't that crazy? She was right. So you're going to fight again, Mike. So yes, give
She
us
was
something.
right.
She said,
She
give
was
us
right.
something, Mike. We know you're going to fight again.
She
I
knew.
never in a million years thought about fighting. And I said, wow, she must have knew it.
It was so interesting, the difference between your demeanor. You were like pulsing with energy, like you were in shape.
Sometimes I take myself too serious.
You were ready to go, man. You were ready to go.
Oh, no.
And then there was all this talk about you possibly having a match with Lennox Lewis, and there was possibly like Jake Paul. Like there was all these rumors. Like everybody hears that you might do it for a giant chunk of money.
Hey, Jake Paul, believe it or not, is more profitable than the champs. If I fought the champ, he was...
I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
It's like who's
He
gonna
is-
sell the most tickets?
Yeah.
He brings... this guy probably brings like 80 million people, to the table.
Yeah.
Jake Paul, he brings about 80-something.
I mean, how many million people would buy that pay-per-view? I bet that would be a giant
Yeah, but
pay-per-view.
him alone, he
Probably
brings...
giant.